Hello my loves, what's up, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a new pick a card reading, and this one is all about the topic of a big message from Spirit. Spirit has a big message for you. This is it. This is an important message all about what Spirit thinks you should know right now, what Spirit wants to bring your conscious awareness towards. So we're going to be getting as detailed as possible in today's reading for you guys. So with that being said, if you are new to pick a card readings, I'm going to give you a quick little rundown of how it works. So over here we have pile number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you guys can take a moment, pause the video if you'd like to find the pile that you are the most drawn towards. And then once you're done choosing your pile, you can then scroll down to the comment box or the description box to find the timestamp that's linked to your specific card. And then you can skip ahead and watch your personal reading all about the big message that Spirit has for you. If you find it easier to choose with crystals in the cards, then let's go ahead and pop some crystals on these cards. Alright, so if y'all like to choose with crystals, here are our crystal options. Over here we have some citrine, and then over here we have some aragonite, then over here we have some danbarite, and then we have some smoky quartz, and then we have an amethyst little spear. So again, take a moment, pause the video if you'd like to find the pile that you are the most drawn towards. Then once you're done choosing your pile, you can then scroll down to the comment box or the description box to find that timestamp that is linked to your particular card, and then you guys can skip ahead and watch your personal reading all about your message from Spirit. So yeah, with that being said, without further ado, let's hop right into today's video. Alright, so let's start off with group number 1. If you guys chose this card, this is going to be your reading, so let's hop right into it. Alright, so group number 1, we have the 2 of Wands, the Empress, the 9 of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, and the 6 of Wands right here. So first off, the 2 of Wands talks about wanting to embark on a new journey, and this is also the energy that lets us know that the world is our oyster right now. What do you desire to do? Where do you desire to go? 2 of Wands is about making a clear idea in your head, picturing it, making a more solid plan, kind of deciding what it is that you really want. So what is it that you want out of the world? What kind of life would you create for yourself if infinity was available to you? If you could do anything, be anyone, have anything, experience anything, what would you want to experience in this world? And how can we make that a tangible reality? So actually putting that plan into motion. What is most inspiring to you? Because the things that are inspiring to you, my love, are aspects that your soul wants to fulfill. Otherwise, it wouldn't be inspiring to you. There's some sort of aspect there that wants to come to fruition. It wants to be birthed into the real world, which is why we have Empress. The Empress is represented by a pregnant woman. She's like the mother archetype. And when this plays into our desires, it talks about mothering our desires. How can we nurture those desires so we can birth them into the world? So what is something that you desire? It's time to start actually visualizing it and planning it and putting that plan into motion. Start incubating that plan, because that's what the Empress is all about, especially when it's next to the 2 of Wands. What is your plan? What is your vision? The 2 of Wands is all about that vision and starting to think about that plan. And then the Empress is, let's incubate that, let's curate it, let's give it all the love and nutrients that it needs, all the time that it needs, all the focus that it needs. Do I need to feed it? Do I need to water it? Do I need to let it bask out in the sunlight? What do I need to do with it? So it's about doing all of those different things. This is also about taking care of yourself by following what it is that your intuition is calling you towards. What is your intuition calling you towards? Right now it seems like there's maybe a wide open space in your life. You might have just recently had a brand new beginning, because a lot of these cards right here in the beginning resemble beginning type of energy, to say the least. And so usually when we have beginning energy, it is because a previous chapter has recently closed out, or we are currently wishing to close out an old chapter. So some of you guys are probably hoping and wishing to like end something, or maybe you recently have ended a big chapter in your life, and now it's kind of like, okay, well, what do I actually want? Where do I actually want to go? And if you do have an idea of what it is that you want, if you have this idea in your head, it's time to actually start putting effort and action towards it. Put mental energy towards it, emotional energy towards it, and physical energy towards it. Because this has potential to grow. The Empress talks about abundance. The Empress talks about growth. Look at all the plants that are around her. So another thing is nurturing the environment that's around you, nurturing yourself so that you can feel your best, you can feel the most prosperous. We also have the Nine of Pentacles, which talks about prosperity. It talks about independence. It talks about financial freedom. It talks about freedom in all sorts of forms. So if you guys are looking for your own independence, your own freedom, your own financial freedom, Spirit wants you to know that that is so attainable for you. The way that you attain it is by thinking about that path and putting effort and energy towards that vision and incubating that vision, feeding it what it needs, giving it the time and attention and care that it needs so that it can come to fruition. So we need to start the creation process. This is following into creativity. It's time to execute that creativity. And also by having a very clear vision, you won't need to work as hard as you think. The Empress is also the energy of somebody who knows how to relax very well. So it's not overworking yourself. It's about having the balance, visualizing it so much to where the actual execution of it ends up being easy. It happens naturally. The Empress is something that happens naturally. Like a pregnant woman doesn't have to constantly think about, like, I need to pump blood to this baby. I need to pump food to this baby. Like naturally we think like, okay, I need to eat, obviously. I need to rest. I need to keep hydrated and go about my merry way. But we don't have to think about all the in-between processes. So Spirit is also wanting you to know this is easier than you think. It doesn't have to be hard. There's certain things that will naturally get figured out along the way as long as you just begin, because part of yourself might be overthinking certain things and thinking like, I don't know how to begin on this because I haven't had XYZ figured out. All I know is that I have this vision, but I still don't know about this. I still don't know about that. I don't know if I can begin. I'm not maybe a master at it yet. Whatever the case may be, you might be feeling all these things like there's so many missing pieces, but it's fine. Spirit is letting you know that the things that you don't know how to do are going to be taken care of by nature. They're going to naturally figure themselves out. Because again, a pregnant woman does not have to think about what her body needs to do in order to grow this baby. We're not consciously thinking like how to move and what our body's doing. We don't need to think about digestion. We don't need to think about breathing. It just happens naturally. All these bodily processes, they happen naturally. And so again, this is representing your financial freedom, your success, your vision, your independence, something that you want to manifest in the material world doesn't have to be as hard as you're making it out to be. It's actually so much easier than that. But it's about letting that up to the universe and just going for it. It's almost like the best example, I keep coming back to pregnancy for some reason, but it's just like the easiest example that I can think about because it's the easiest example to talk about. But again, it's almost like if say that you have a dream to get pregnant, and I'm not saying you guys do, but let's use that as an example. Say you have a dream to get pregnant, but you're constantly worried about like, my body's not gonna know what to do. How do I know what to do? When am I supposed to go to the bathroom? How am I gonna know what to do here? How do I know that my digestive system's working properly? How do I know about this? It's like, nature takes care of that. You don't need to worry about that at all. Your body will just do it. Like some people, there's been some women who literally don't even know they're pregnant until they give birth. And then they were like, wait, what? What? And they're like completely shocked. And so Spirit is letting you know that it can be that easy for you too. Yes, there's some action that needs to take place, but it's more about just moving forward in the way that you know how. Like obviously, in order to get pregnant, we got to do certain things. In order for you to manifest your particular dream, you're gonna have to take a few steps. But do you have to have everything figured out? No, nature takes care of a lot of those things. It naturally brings you down the path that you need to go to. Naturally, your body's gonna tell you what you need to do and where you need to go, and you're gonna figure out what needs to happen next as long as you keep on moving, but you're not gonna know what that is. It's almost like, you know, planning a trip to drive from LA to New York, and you're like, I need to plan out every single traffic sign that I'm gonna see along the way, because if I don't know about it, then I can't prepare for it and then I don't know if I'm going to get to New York. It's like, no, you're going to get to New York regardless. You just need to start the journey, and the signs will come when they're supposed to come. And that's when you read them, and that's when you take action on those signs, but you keep heading towards your destination. So Spirit wants you to take action on whatever this idea is. Spirit wants you to start doing this. You don't have to have it all figured out right now. It's impossible. It is impossible. Well, technically not impossible, but it's very difficult to plan out every single traffic light and every single traffic sign that you're going to see on the way from LA to New York. It's going to be like a very daunting task, to the point where you're probably not even going to go on the trip because nobody wants to go through all of that work. It doesn't need to be that way. You just need to start the journey. The work is going to take care of itself as you're going. You're going to run into these things as you're going, and it's going to be so much easier to deal with it then, rather than planning it all out. Have your vision, create a plan of action, but you don't need to create a plan to where you have absolutely everything figured out. That is, again, like I said, I know I'm repeating myself, but Spirit is like really wanting to just lock down this message. Nature is going to take care of the other stuff on its own. You are going to run into it when the time comes, so that you can deal with it when the time comes. Just begin the journey, because this has the potential to bring you a lot of, again, freedom, independence, financial success, all sorts of things. Queen of Cups right here, she's talking about emotional, like flourishing emotionally, feeling your intuition, letting that guide you. It can be easy. Spirit wants you to know that this process can be a flow between you and your dreams. This can be an ultimate flow. It doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be insanely daunting. It can be easy. We just need to go with the flow. We just need to, start the journey and see where the river takes us. We don't need to plan out how the waves are going to move along the way. That's going to cause a lot of just unnecessary anxiety and a lot of unnecessary work that we don't need to do. Go with the flow of it. Six of Wands right here talks about having your success. This idea of yours promises to have the potential to be quite successful, but you need to begin it. It's not going to be successful if you don't begin it, right? It's not going to be successful if you don't have the vision and you don't hold the vision in your mind. So visualize something that you want to create. Visualize it. You don't have to have the entirety of it, again, figured out. Visualize what you want. Move in that direction. Go with the flow. Listen to your intuition. Go with the flow. And deal with, the things as they come up. Okay? This absolutely has the potential to be quite very successful, because the Six of Wands is the ultimate success card in tarot. This is about following your intuition, going with the flow, listening to your emotions. And this is also going to bring you to a much better mental state, a much better emotional state as you begin to grow this new life, as you begin to grow this independence, this financial freedom, all that kind of stuff. It is going to bring you obviously to a better emotional state. It's also going to make you so much more confident. Yeah, and it's not about like having it all, again, figured out. You guys got this, okay? Group 1, y'all got this. So, with that being said, the next two cards we have here, we have love and we have prosperity. So we need to put love towards what it is that we are doing. Otherwise, it is not going to turn out in the way that we desire. Rose quartz is also about self-love. If we are hating on ourselves too much, or we're hating on our craft too much, or we're overcritical, we are going to tear ourselves down to the point where we don't want to do anything anymore. Our mind can become our own worst enemy very quickly. And so this is returning to self-love. Spirit wants you to return to self-love and start caring for yourself emotionally. We are made up of mostly water. Water holds memory, and water is affected by thought and words because those are vibration. As we know, you can detect thought waves because they're frequency. When you run frequency through water, which again, we're made up of mostly water, it holds that memory of that frequency, and those frequencies are all different depending on what we're thinking. So if you're thinking negative thoughts towards yourself, you're literally transforming the water in you, which is your vitality, into those thoughts. So if they're negative thoughts, you're tearing down your vitality, you're tearing down your energy, you're tearing down your functionability, because also water that's charged with a lot of negativity is very murky, and it's very, it causes a lot of issues. And so Don't tear yourself down, because you're literally being your own worst enemy. We have to return to self-love, my love, because that is one of the key answers to many a thing. We also have prosperity, green garnet. Garnet also deals with love and passion. What is your passion? Turn your passion into prosperity, connected to the heart chakra, the love. What do you love to do? Bring the love back into it. Don't tear yourself down. Don't allow over criticism to take over. What do you love to do? Find the love in it and just do it to be creative. Empress is also the master at doing things just for fun, doing things just for the idea of creation. She's not overly critical on how it turns out. She just loves the creation process and making things and doing things and just being creative and abundant. So return back to this energy, because this is where your most creative energy is going to lie dormant. And we're not going to be able to tap into it if we are constantly tearing ourselves down, right? So with that being said, the next two cards, we have the Sacred Orchard. Co-create. My abundance mindset attracts endless blessings. So, I mean, that's a pretty freaking powerful card considering what we're talking about. So this one also talks about abundance. This talks about co-creation. So this is about allowing yourself to immerse yourself into the creative process, and also just following the signs of the universe. Again, you don't have to have it all figured out. Allow the universe to take care of some as well, and it will. The Empress card, right? Just as we were talking about, the universe is going to bring you the proper things at the proper time when you need them. The key is just to continue moving forward, creating your vision, and anything that needs to be taken care of, anything that needs to be changed up or shifted up, that's going to come up at the time when it needs to come up. It's not going to come up any sooner or later. We also have the Huntress quest. The Pleiades light my quest to be wild and free. Ooh. Wild and free. Freedom, independence. That is something I was seeing in this reading. You guys are attracting more independence right now. You're attracting more freedom. This could be financial independence, more independence in your work, more independence in your personal life, whatever the case may be. Pinpoint where you want to go. Hold your vision. That's the Huntress. Hold your vision. Keep your sight on your target. Don't let go of that. Keep your sight on your target and keep moving forward. You don't have to have it all figured out yet, but keep moving forward with your vision in mind. It's been a key theme in this reading for you guys. Also, the next two cards, we also have the Journey. So, I mean, this is going to sound super cliche, but life is about the journey, okay? It's not always about the destination. It's also about the journey, the process of creation, falling in love with the process. Fall in love with the process. Don't get impatient, because when we get impatient, again, we kind of cause ourselves to burn out, and then we get nowhere. We're getting nowhere when we're overly critical of ourselves. And so the wisdom here, owl, the wisdom here, enjoy the journey, fall in love with the journey, because then you're actually going to get to your destination. You're not going to burn yourself out. You're not going to tear yourself down to the point where you don't feel like moving forward anymore. So the journey, it's just as important. Then we also have many paths. There's many paths to get to where you're going. That's also another reason why you don't have to have it all figured out right now. You don't have to have the entire road mapped out for yourself. You just have to have your vision and then just start the journey. The paths and the many options that there are will reveal themselves as you begin to go down your road. Just as, again, getting from LA to New York, there's multiple different highways, there's multiple different back roads that you can take. You can take detours, you can do this, you can do that, you can stop off wherever. There's so many different paths to get from LA to New York. So many. Just as there's so many paths, there's so many different journeys you could go on to get from point A to point B, to get towards your goals. Having that all completely figured out is nearly impossible. So just begin the journey. the paths will reveal themselves as you continue going, and then maybe you're going to see, you know, a slight side detour, and you're like, that looks super enticing, that totally resonates with me, I'm going to take this slight detour on my way to my destination. It is about the journey, right? So like, for example, if there's two people climbing a mountain, and I know I use examples a lot in my readings, but I find them like so powerful. So if there's two people climbing a mountain, one of them is just in the rush to get to the top of the mountain. So he rushes on by, gets to the top, he's the first one at the top, whatever. But you know, he had his struggles along the way, he still had his obstacles, and he got to his destination. He's like, wow, I got here, sweet. You know, and he's up there for a couple days, and then all of a sudden, the other journeyer gets to the top. And he's just in this pure bliss. He's like, wow, I made it to the top, but frick, this mountain was so beautiful. There was a hot springs coming out on the side of the mountain. There was this really beautiful wildlife sanctuary thing that I ran into. There was this, there was that. It was beautiful. The difference between that guy and the guy who rushed up there super quick, the guy who rushed up there super quick, he's like, okay, well now I'm at the top, but now I want to go all the way back down and experience all the other shit that I missed, because now this other guy's telling me about, you know, all the things that he was seeing on his journey, and now I feel like I missed out on my entire journey. I need to go back down there. And then he has to trek all the way back down, retrace all of his previous steps so that he can then stop and smell the roses, see all these cool hot springs and wildlife that he missed along the way. Whereas the other person, they were focused on the journey as well as their destination. And they got to experience. They got to truly experience beautiful things coming into their life. So with that being said, let's talk about the next three cards. We have Call of the Muse. What is your calling? This means that there's a calling coming in and Spirit wants you to focus on it. Also, I'm quickly going to restart my camera because it is about to cut out. Okay, cool. We are back. It always cuts out at 30 minutes. So Call of the Muse. There's a calling coming in for you, a creative calling, a passionate calling, just a feeling like you're supposed to do something. And Spirit really wants you to take action on this. This is going to be very important for you to take action on. This is part of your destined purpose. The fact that you have this calling. We also have the Oracle's Gift. Ooh, there's a gift unlocking for you guys. There's going to be a lot of signs along the way. For one, there's going to be a lot of signs that point in this particular direction to help you along your path. But also when this card comes up, this is almost like your spirit guides sending you a gift along your journey. Whatever you need to be taken care of, it's like they're sending you gifts. They're sending you surprises that just randomly help you out. This can also be unlocking an inner talent that you have that's like lying dormant still. Then we also have the card here of Seeing Beyond. So there's actually more to this entire journey than you currently realize. There's more to this end goal than you currently realize. Like, this end goal is going to lead to many more paths for you. It's going to open up more doors for you. Getting to this end goal, it is literally opening up more doors for you than you currently realize, than you can currently see. And you'll see that as you begin moving forward, but there is many more doors opening for you than what you're currently anticipating or seeing. Okay, then the next two we have Faith in Your Dreams, Waxing Crescent Moon. So this is building your dreams. The waxing phase comes right after the new moon. It's waxing, it's becoming full. We're creating it into a full moon. So this is building something, work on it, feed more energy into it. We have to feed it energy and time and nurture. So have faith in your dreams. If you have faith, then you're going to put effort towards it. If you did not have faith in them happening and coming to fruition, we wouldn't put effort towards it, because what would be the point? Have faith in your dreams, put effort towards it, because this has big potential, as you had the Six of Wands down there. And we have a win-win outcome is forecast, full moon in Libra. Don't worry about competition, you guys. Some of you guys might be worrying about competition. Some of you guys might be worrying about like, oh, this person does it better than me. Whatever the case may be. This can also be about being scared of not making it. This is saying you will make it. This is also saying you don't have to worry about your competition. Your competition has nothing to do with you. You offer something unique yourself. You always have and you always will. So there's a balance here. Both can win. There doesn't have to be competition. There doesn't have to be a worry about it. So Spirit wants you to take action on whatever this is. They want you to go for it. This is also about having balance internally, spending enough time taking care of yourself and spending enough time working towards your dreams and putting effort and energy into it. So that is what we have here for you guys, group number 1. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you want to see future videos like this in the future. And if so, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. All right, so group number 2. If you chose this pile, this card, then this is going to be your reading, so let's hop right into it. Wowza. Group number 2. First off, just take a deep breath with me, group 2. Just breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. I want you guys to calm and just like, as you breathe out, just let go of like anything that you guys are just feeling right now. Because based on this group that you guys chose, I mean, we start off with the 10 of Pentacles, which is an amazing card. Love that card. One of the best cards in all of tarot. But then we have the 2 of Swords, 8 of Swords, 6 of Swords, 4 of Swords, and then the Tower right here. So the big message from Spirit is that whatever you're going through right now is coming to an end. If you guys have been going through a more difficult time, or you got a lot on your plate, or it just seems like there's stresses that are outside of your control that you don't know how to navigate right now, that is actually coming to an end. And you guys are also starting to emerge. I'm getting the word emerge here. And coming out of a funk. Coming out of a more stressful time. This is coming to an end. And so Spirit wants you to know that this is part of the bigger journey that you've been going through this, although it might not make sense right now. Maybe it's like you're still too deep in it to kind of see what purpose it has right now, but it does have a purpose. It's bringing you back to the light, is bringing you back to fulfillment. Okay, it's going to bring you back here. But right now it's also saying that underneath all of this, underneath all of these cards, lies this fulfillment. Deep down, at your deepest core, group number 2, there's a light emerging within you. There's a light that wants to shine. There's a light that wants to be seen and that wants to express itself. So it's almost like your inner soul really wants to be seen right now, really wants to be heard right now, really wants to express and come out rather than be locked down, rather than be restricted or hushed. Okay, so there's a large part of you that wants to be able to speak, wants to be able to shine. There's like a light of inspiration that really wants to be seen. And some of you guys might not even see it right now just because of like all of this stuff that's going on right here. But there's like this light underneath that's emerging. And it's also saying that underneath all of the emotions and the thoughts right now, there is ultimate fulfillment. You can have this happiness. It's like hiding beneath the surface right now. So it's there, and Spirit wants you to know it's emerging. But in order for it to emerge, we have to go through kind of this breaking open moment. In order for this to emerge, look at this light coming through here. In order for this light to emerge, we need to have our breaking open sort of moment. Because the 2 of Swords signifies being kind of covered, being a little bit more Okay, so there's multiple things that this card represents. It can either represent denial, not wanting to see the truth. It can represent wanting to be safe, and so we're protecting our heart. We're closing it off out of the fears of getting hurt. We are closing it off because we want a sense of security in our life. And so we're kind of like hiding our light because maybe we're scared of showing it. Maybe we're scared of like getting hurt somehow. The Eight of Swords also talks about being restricted. It talks about feeling like there's a circumstance outside of us that's causing us to feel restricted. And it feels like we don't have control over it. But the secret of this card is you actually do have control over it. It is your current thoughts that are making it feel that way. It's your current perceptions, because wherever our current consciousness is, wherever our current perceptions are, makes us feel like we can be stuck somewhere when in actuality we're not. We just feel that way because we have these limiting beliefs that are causing us to feel really stuck. These could be limiting beliefs that you put on yourself, and these could be beliefs that others have projected onto you to make you feel like you're, you know, stuck between a rock and a hard place right now, or it feels like I don't know how to find my way out of my current situation. I don't know how to find myself out of my own mind even, because a lot of the cards that you guys have in this reading all deal with mental chatter going on, because all the swords are mental, our thoughts, our mind. And so it's almost like your mind has been a little bit against you lately, but it's doing that out of protection mode. So there needs to be something that is healed here. It's almost like you guys are maybe a bit scared to speak your authentic truth, scared to actually accept what's really happening, scared to, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I don't mean that there's like actually something like bad happening that you guys need to accept. Like, I'm not picking that up from this reading, but what I mean by that is not wanting to, like, it's almost like we're comfortable where we are and we feel validated where we are, or it kind of feels like we're stuck here, but we're not actually stuck here. So, yeah. Spirit, though, is letting you know that there's a way out. Six of Swords is about leaving behind rough waters and moving into clearer waters, moving into a clearer time. So whatever fog that you're going through right now, whatever confusing situation that you're facing right now, you are moving into a clearer time. Your situation is going to become clearer to you. And you might even already be on this journey. It might already be sort of like revealing itself and coming clearer and clearer as the days go on. This situation's becoming clearer and clearer. You're getting out of the murky waters, you're getting out of the storm, things are becoming clearer for you. So this is all starting to heal, it's all starting to go away. We also have the Four of Swords right here. So this is talking about introspection. You're going to be able to gain more clarity by allowing your thoughts and hearing them, like actually hearing your thoughts and sitting with them for a moment, like reflection, self-reflection into your own mind, and then allowing that to actually unlock and open. And when you actually unlock and open it, we have the Tower here. This is about the emergence of this. This will start emerging as you kind of, you know, break yourself open a little bit. The light is going to start emerging. And what I mean by breaking yourself open is no longer suppressing emotion or thoughts that you have. It's allowing them out, allowing them to flow, being able to speak your authentic truth, being able to be your authentic truth, rather than suppression out of fear, or rather than telling yourself a bunch of negative thoughts and being overly critical. It's time to quiet all of that out and just be your authentic truth and realizing your true worth, because what Spirit wants you to know is you have so much worth lying dormant right now. The Ten of Pentacles. This is the richest card in all of tarot. This is the most prosperous card in all of tarot. This is about having everything. that is lying dormant in you right now because we're feeling restricted, or we are restricting ourselves. But as we sort of meditate on this and we realize where this is stemming from, we're able to break it open and heal it so that we're no longer suppressing this stuff. We can then break it open and heal it. And by bringing awareness to it, by bringing light to it, by bringing our consciousness to these areas, we bring light to them, so they're no longer shadows. We now see them for what they are, and we're able to heal them and transform them by just having that awareness over them. So again, Spirit's big message for you is times are going to get better, so do not worry. But Spirit is also calling you to take some action on reflecting in your thoughts and making a conscious effort to no longer repress your authentic truth, your authentic feelings, your thoughts, your emotions, and what you really want to do and how you really feel. It's time to express that. It's time to be that. And no longer let external circumstances control you. No longer let your fears control you, because that's been happening for much too long. You've kind of like diminished your own freedom. You don't even feel free anymore out of being scared in a way, out of letting your fears kind of like talk you into repressing yourself. Okay? So, there's going to be a moment of breaking free from that. The Tower is about breaking free from this. And it is letting that light emerge, because as that tower breaks down, the light that we were holding within now can fully emerge. You guys will be fully emerging. Your actual soul, how you really feel, all of your truest emotions, which are actually beautiful, happy, good emotions, very abundant and prosperous emotions, full of abundant and prosperous ideas and creativity and gifts, are going to be emerging. So get ready for it, my love. I'm getting goosebumps while I'm saying this. Oh my gosh. Incredible goosebumps right now, actually. So group number 2, your truest soul is going to start emerging very soon. Just know that. Also, it's very interesting you guys chose the Aragonite. Sorry, I'm smacking my camera over here. The Aragonite is all about creativity, allowing your authentic truth to shine, your root chakra, feeling security, feeling safe to be yourself. It's the sort of like, what's the word? Assertive power. Aragonite is like this assertive power. So it's funny that you guys are attracted to that, because that's obviously what you guys need to bring in more of right now, more of that energy, so that you guys can allow your light to shine. You guys can break open. This is also about gaining a lot of confidence, lots of good things coming, lots of just light coming back into your life, okay? So the next 2 cards, I freaking got goosebumps. I just picked these up. I looked at it and it says Lightbringer. Group number 2. What are the coincidences that we would have an oracle card that says Lightbringer, as we've been talking about in this whole reading about your light coming and shining through? You guys are a light of this world. It is time to allow that light to shine. Light is also your authentic truth. It's not about doing something that isn't authentic to you. This is about doing something that is authentic, because whatever's authentic to you is your soul. That is what your light is. So you are a light bringer. You are here to uplift humanity and consciousness by being you, by following your authentic truth, allowing that light to shine, which is your authentic truth. What is your soul? Who really are you? What do you think? What do you feel? What is all you? Let that shine, baby. Bring the light. Bring the light. This is also bringing the light out of dark times as well, because this is sort of like, you know, going through a more repressive, darker time. And light is being brought to that. 10 of Pentacles. Light is being brought to that. Oh, and then look at this card. We have deep healing. Oh my gosh. It's also so interesting because right before filming this reading, it says Malachite. Right before filming this reading, I brought this little Malachite piece over here because for some reason I was like, malachite needs to be in this reading. So we're going to put it over here for you guys to absorb the beautiful malachite energy in this reading, because I knew I had to grab it for some reason, but I didn't feel like putting it on one of these piles. I just felt like it needed to be here, and now we know why. So yeah, malachite, deep healing. It's time to let all of this stuff come up to the surface in order to be healed and to bring it to light. And bring it to light is just bring it to awareness, bring it to consciousness, bring it to the external world. Let it shine, baby. Let it shine. So with that being said, we also have the Medicine Woman, which says heal. I nurture and nourish my mind, body, and soul. There you go. Another card all about healing. This is so freaking fitting for you guys. So yeah, this is time to follow your healing journey, all about allowing yourself to open up. That is Spirit's message on how you're supposed to heal right now, is open yourself up. Don't let fears hold you back. Don't let fears control you anymore. Don't let limiting beliefs control you anymore. Free yourself. You have the ability to free yourself, and that will be your healing. I nurture and nourish my mind, body, and soul. What does your mind, body, and soul crave? And if you are unclear about what that is, as you begin to break open, as you begin to set yourself free, you're going to see more of your authentic light and authentic truth. And it's going to become clear to you what your path really is. And then you're going to be able to nourish your mind, body, and soul. We also have the card here of Beloved Zeus, the Lovers. This cosmic union is destined for greatness. Some of you guys might have an important relationship coming into your life soon. Some of you guys also might have an important relationship already in your life. But when this card comes up, sometimes it can indicate that we have an important either friendship or romantic partnership coming into our life soon. Also with this card, if it doesn't deal with that, there's also another layer of this card that talks about connecting back with yourself, right? Because you guys have been kind of disconnected from yourself for a little bit now. It's felt like you guys have been disconnected from yourself. You guys are re-emerging back with yourself. You are connecting with your real soul, your real heart once again, and nurturing that. Okay? Finding your passion once again. The next card that we have here, we have the Drum. This card I always look at as the initiation of something, because whenever we're like drumming for something, it's like the initiation. It's also expression, right? We're expressing a beat. We're expressing like, it's like music, right? That we can dance to. It's a rhythm. What is your authentic rhythm? It's by finding your energy that you desire to be. Go to, like, you know that saying, move to the beat of your own drum? This is what this card is trying to tell you. Move to the beat of your own drum. What beat would you create? Stop following other people's beats. Stop following other people's life journeys and what they're telling you to do. This is about living your authentic truth, the initiation into your authentic truth. And then we also have the card here of the Gatherer. This is about gathering resources. This is about nourishing yourself, mothering yourself, and knowing what you need. And going and getting what it is that you need. Going after what it is that you need. This is about taking life into your own hands. Stop waiting for other people to fill your basic needs or to give you permission or anything like that. Go and do it yourself. Be the gatherer. Go and do it yourself. It'll be so much more rewarding, and to be able to make your own decisions is going to set you free. Okay? The next few cards that we have here, we have Feeling the World. So I think that you guys are huge empaths, group 2. You probably feel emotions from other people, and they might not even be your own. You might walk into a room, and if the room feels off, or if somebody that you're around is going through a hard time, you pick up on it so easily, and you feel it so deeply. Even if you don't even know that person personally, it's like You just pick up on stuff so deeply. You feel the world very deeply. You're a huge empath. And so Spirit also wants you to know that through meditation, through awareness, you can begin to see and separate your own emotion from other people's emotions. Especially if you live in a city, or you're near large crowds, or you go to a place of work where there's a lot of other people there. You're probably pretty prone to picking up on their energy and not knowing maybe how to release that, not maybe knowing how to decipher between your own and theirs. So Spirit's now calling you to meditate more so that you can decipher better what's your energy and what's something you're just picking up on because other people are feeling it. So you guys have incredible psychic abilities, group 2, I'll say that. We also have in perfect harmony. So this is getting back into sync with yourself, back into sync with your dreams, and having situations work out for you rather than cause dissonance in your life. Because sometimes when we're in a funk, it kind of feels like everything that happens is sort of a hindrance on us. No matter if it's like supposed to be a good thing or supposed to be a bad thing, everything just seems like it causes some sort of disharmony. And everything just seems to be sort of going wrong. You guys are getting back into perfect harmony where it seems like everything's going right. You're going to be getting back into harmony by going to the beat of your own drum. We have lots of music cards here, but by flowing to the beat of your own drum, now things that are occurring in your life will be an energetic match, and you'll be on that path as well because you'll be energetically matched and going with the flow of yourself. Therefore, situations that flow into your life are going to be in harmony, and they're going to complement each other. It's going to feel good. It's going to sound good. It's going to resonate in a good way instead of causing dissonance. And so whenever things are going wrong in our life, it's because we're falling off of the right path. And so the universe is constantly sending us everything that we need to be on the right path. But when we're out of harmony with that, it's going to cause dissonance and it's going to feel like a burden. And that's how you can tell when you're on the right path versus when you're not. And getting back on the right path can be as simple as just healing and then going back to the flow of what is your authentic truth. And if you don't know what that is because it's unclear, meditation, reflection can bring you back towards whatever vision it is that you have, tapping into your own deep light, and then going to the beat of that drum again. And then bam, we're back in perfect harmony. We're back in sync. We're two parallel lines once again, rather than two lines that are hitting each other straight on, It's not sustainable to live in the way where we feel like everything's out of harmony and out of whack. So what Spirit wants you to know, group number 2, is that you guys are going to be getting back into harmony very soon. And it's all about moving closer and closer to clarity and closer to your authentic truth is going to put you back in harmony. Then we also have the card here of close encounters. With this card, for one thing that I'm getting just from the image of this card is being set free. Which is interesting. This is also reminding me of the 8 of Swords that we had over here and the 2 of Swords, because these are about feeling caged in. There's certain fears that are going to, there's certain fears that you have that'll never actually harm you in the way that you might be scared that they will. You can be a free butterfly and you don't have to live in the confines of this cage because it's not what you want anyway. So why not take the risk and go out of the cage to live your authentic truth, even though, yes, it's more risky, but you're not happy in here anyway. So what are you really giving up? Would you rather be a butterfly in its cage or in a cage for your entire lifetime, not being able to really fly anywhere, not being able to do anything? Although you are fed, you are clothed, you are being kept safe. So there's that. You're being kept safe, but you're a butterfly who will never get to explore the real world. You've been in a cage your entire life. Do you want to live your life like that? Or do you want to live like the free butterfly who, yes, there's totally a chance that there's a predator that can come. There's totally a chance that, a storm could come and cause chaos. There's all these chances for all these things happening. You have to hunt for your food every day, but you're a free butterfly and you can go wherever you want. You can do whatever you want. You can explore, you can flap your wings, you can live your life to its fullest. What would you rather do? it is time to ask yourself that big question in your life. Do you want to be caged, or do you want to be free? Both have their benefits, both have their drawbacks, but which one would you rather? Next two cards that we have right here, we have emotions are running high with the super moon. So yes, there's lots of emotions. There might be a flood of emotions as you begin to sort of break open these old barriers. There's just a lot of energy waiting here. And a lot of people notice that when they repress themselves for so long, or they repress their authentic truth for so long, that they get anxiety because they're basically caging in energy, right? So like the cage here and the cage in all these cards, you're caging in energy and it has nowhere to go. Just like if you cage an animal or if you cage a butterfly, it is going to be fluttering around in there so much. It's literally going to be out of control. Like, look at my hands right now. It's good example. Very chaotic. That's what it's going to be like. A lot of us have anxiety because we repress what our soul actually wants, what our energy actually wants. And by repressing it, you're literally putting it in a cage. And of course, that energy has nowhere to go. It's going to feel very pent up. And so it's going to cause all of this fluttering, all of this like anxiety, all this excess energy where we're like, I don't know where that's coming from. And then we like repress it through other things. And it's unhealthy because we're just sedating it for a while. And then it's going to flutter back up and be all like, da, 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 once again. Emotions are running high. As you set yourself free, you're going to go through a moment of healing because we're going to be like, oh my God, I'm set free, oh my God. Ah. So emotions are running high. Super moon. Makes sense. But it's setting you free. Look at the big picture. Full moon in Sagittarius. It is leading you towards harmony. Keep your vision in mind of where you want to go, what you want to create in your life. It is leading you there to your perfect harmony. It's leading you back into balance, back into harmony. Sagittarius is also about freedom. This is leading you towards freedom. This is leading you towards emotional freedom, mental freedom, physical freedom, all the freedom. It's up to you to decide how much longer you want to stay in the cage for. It's all up to you. Group number 2. Connect back with your heart again. Your heart has a lot of desire and a lot of passion. So connect back with your heart. Nurture yourself and let your light, your beautiful light emerge at group number 2 because you have a beautiful light to offer to this world. A beautiful light. And the world can't wait to see that. Your guides can't wait to see that. Spirit can't wait to see that. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give this a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it. If you want to see future videos like this, you can hit the subscribe button down below. And if so, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. All right, so group number 3, if you guys chose this pile, this is going to be your reading, so I'll top right into it. All right, my beautiful pile 3s, here's what we have going on for you. We have the Knight of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, and then the King of Swords. So we have a bunch of court cards and ace cards. So this is a pretty particular powerful energy. When I'm looking at these two cards, I get the feeling that these two are referring to you. And this talks about putting dedication towards your life, your habits that you want to implement into your life, your goals that you want to implement into your life. Spirit really wants you to focus on what are your goals. There's certain new things that I think you guys have been thinking about for a while when it comes to goals that you want to reach, things you want to attain, habits that you want to implement into your life, lifestyles that you want to have, things like that. There's certain things that you want to reach. Spirit is saying that these absolutely, like, you carry the seed within you to create these. You carry the potential within you to manifest these, to grow these to their fullest, potential. You have that within you. The way to unlock that is going to be through dedication and willpower and dedicating to doing it like every day, or at least having, certain days of the week that you do this. But it's saying you need to implement a solid routine. Spirit wants you to focus on routine right now. Spirit wants you to, make a more solid idea so that you can eradicate distractions or eradicate old habits so that you don't slip back into them. So what are the new habits that you want to create? It's time to implement that It's time to plant that into your life, make it more permanent, because the pentacles are something that's more tangible. So making this more tangible, making it more hard fact, solid reality is going to help you create this. Also, sorry, there's like a hair in my mouth right now. I'm wearing this like furry blanket. It's like this faux fur blanket because it's like kind of chilly in my house right now. And it's like the hairs are just flying around every time I move around, and one of them got stuck in my mouth. Anyway, Spirit wants you to focus on implementing a routine and not getting distracted like I am over here. That's a total sign. Don't get distracted by all the other little things going on in life right now. This is time to focus on your routine. There's also going to be a new idea that's sprouting, a new you that's sprouting. This Ace of Wands, there's a new you that has new belief systems, that has new desires and new passion and new creativity that is going to be sprouting. This seed is already planted within you based on what you currently desire. And as you continue growing this desire, it is going to unlock within you new creativity, new passion, new ideas, new solid, tangible ideas that you can create into something very meaningful, something very powerful, something that can grow into something very permanent and big. So there is a lot of energy happening for you right now, group 3. It's time to focus on it. It is time to dedicate to it and create a solid plan. Like, write down, what are you going to do? Write it down. Make it solid. Make it something that you actually have to do. Spirit is also asking you to focus on being healthy. What have you been eating lately? What have you been consuming? What are old habits you might have been thinking about falling back into? Do you actually want those old habits? Are they actually serving your highest good? It's time to let go of the old and spring in the new. Spirit is heavily focused and promoting that you guys focus on this new goal, this new endeavor. All the energy is flowing in. Like, look at all these rainbows on this card right here. It is all flowing in, asking you guys to focus on growing this new idea. But in order for it to grow, we need to actually give it love, care, and attention and time. So dedicate to it. Even if there's times where you don't feel like it, you don't want to, dedicate to a certain amount of time. Tell yourself that you're going to give it a certain amount of time to grow it. And again, there's also along this journey, along this path, Spirit also wants you to know that there's going to be new things sprouting for you. There's going to be like different stems that come off of this single branch, this single idea that you have. There's going to be other stems that it leads towards. Stems that are leading you towards expanding this even further. So if this is something you really want, Spirit's letting you know that the potential is absolutely there. You just have to dedicate yourself to it and actually go towards it. King of Swords talks about having a clear vision, creating a clear outline in your mind of what it is that you want. This could be writing down schedules and routines. This could be communicating your ideas. This could be mentally meditating on these ideas and gaining clarity around them. And also cutting away, because the swords are also, they represent cutting old ties. So cutting away your past habits and routines, cutting away the things that no longer serve you, and not hesitating when doing that, not questioning, oh, but should I still keep this in my life? It's like, well, no, if you're even questioning that, then it's probably time to let those things go and focus on the new. Spirit really, really, really wants you to focus on the new. Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles. These are both cards that talk about new energy coming in and focusing on a new beginning. So it's cutting ties to your past to allow this new stuff to grow, cutting away the old weeds so you can allow your new beautiful flowers to flourish and grow in your garden. Okay, so there's things that you need to cut away right now. This could be cutting away old toxic mindsets, cutting away limiting beliefs, cutting away certain people in your life that are holding you back, cutting away old other scenarios that are holding you back, old jobs, old whatever, things that are holding you back. There's going to be things that you need to cut away in order to allow this to grow, in order to allow yourself to give enough time to this, in order to allow yourself not to fall back into old habits. A lot of the times we fall back into old habits when we are in the same environment that cues those old habits. So it's about shifting your environment a little bit, not hanging around people that influence really bad habits on you, no longer being in an environment that has all of the old triggers that cause you to make bad choices. So shift up your environment to shift the direction you do want to go into, because that'll help you create lasting habitual change to allow you to create new habits. This is all about creating new habits for you, group 3. Create new habits. It's also super interesting that you guys chose the danburite crystal, because danburite is all about, it's a stone that helps us through transition. It's a stone that helps us let go and also welcome in the new. So, it's literally perfect for you guys in this reading, because this is all about welcoming in the new and cutting away the old. Okay? So with that being said, the next 2 cards, we have Soul Journey. So, you guys are going on a soul journey, to say the least. And this is going to bring you to brand new places. Also, I feel like your soul has been calling you to make some big changes in your life. Like, you've been feeling something intuitively that's been calling you to make certain changes and to start a new path. Like, your soul has been urging you to go on this new journey. Your soul has been urging you. Number 5 deals with a lot of unexpected shifts, and we have the number 5 on this card. And this is unexpected shifts coming your way. So your life is definitely shifting, creating new doorways. Oh my gosh, and then we have the manifestation card, of course. So the manifestation card, of course, deals with things becoming reality. Something that you desire becoming tangible reality, which is what the Ace of Pentacles offers, because this is an idea that has the potential to grow into something tangible, material. This deals with career, money, material objects, the material world. And then you have a bunch of pentacles over here too. So there's some kind of vision that you desire to bring into life. But the only way to do that is to cut away the old limiting beliefs, cutting away old limiting mindsets, negative mindsets, people, places, things, in order to make room for these to grow. So, with that being said, we also have the aquamarine star expression. Ooh, throat chakra expression. So this is gaining a clear idea. And also think about, how do you talk to yourself? How do you express your creativity? What are the things that you say to yourself in your mind, right? So expression. Do you talk down to yourself, or do you talk up to yourself? What would be the healthier option? Obviously, talking up to yourself. Expression is also, how are we expressing the energy of our creativity? In a healthy way or in a toxic way? How are we expressing our emotions? There's healthy ways, there's unhealthy ways. This is time to focus on healthying up your life, group 3. It's time to sprinkle some health onto it. This also says, I express my intuition with self-confidence and love. So no longer doing it in a toxic way, no longer doing it in ways that hold you back or hinder you. If there's an intuition that you're getting that you could improve in a certain area, you can have a mindset that, you speak to yourself with love, you speak to yourself with encouragement, while still having and maintaining confidence in your abilities and skills without putting yourself down, right? So that's one of the aspects of this card. How are we speaking to other people? We don't have to do it in a toxic way, because that just in turn brings out more toxicity. We can also do it in a very positive way. And then we also have the card here of Holy Child Starseed. So you're a divine child of the universe. So you have incredible purpose here. And this purpose is awakening, because when we have these new cards, especially the aces, they deal with new passion emerging, soul's purpose emerging, things like that. So you came here with a particular purpose. We're all starseeds. You have a particular purpose that is being awakened in you right now through these new ideas that are coming out in your life, through these new habits and routines. It is time to follow that. Look, we also have master number 22 right here. This is making the right connections and beginning the path, sticking to a path, committing to something, because twos are also about commitment. So can you commit to this path? Can you commit to this new habit? Can you commit to this new desire? If you can, you're going to make it, and you're going to make the proper foundation, because master number 22 also is a 4 when you add up the 2 and the 2. And this is a permanent foundation that can have a lasting success, evergreen success. We also have the green in the manifestation card, evergreen success. And the way that's coming out is, again, commitment. We also have the Jade Star, surrender. I am ready to let go with self-compassion. So there are certain things that it's time to let go of and to surrender to, because there's certain things that we know can no longer come on our future path with us. We know that they're holding us back. We know that they're hindering us and stopping us, right? So this card deals with knowing that we need to cut away certain things in our life if we want to move forward. So one thing Spirit wants you to know is it's time to let go and cut away things that are hindering you, not serving you, and are holding you back. Okay? And then the next two cards that we have Pachamama, which makes total sense for you guys. She is the earth goddess, and she's all about planting things. She's all about growing things. And in this reading, we've been talking about planting seeds and watching them grow, and then cutting away, you know, the weeds and taking care of it. Pachamama is like literally the earth mother. So this talks about like things growing, the planting of the seeds and nature, things like that, and nurturing. So this fits in with you guys so well. So what Spirit, again, is saying in this message is focus on growing what you desire to grow. Don't let the weeds overgrow in this garden. Otherwise, you're going to have a really hard time harvesting, you know, good food or creating like a beautiful garden. Because when we let the weeds overgrow, obviously, then that's going to be a detriment to what we're creating. So focus on cutting away what you need to cut away. Focus on planting the seeds and giving them the nurturing that they need in order for them to grow. Then we also have, the lower world. This card, by the way, looks so fantastical. Look at this. This is hidden treasures beneath the surface. This talks about hidden talents for you that are beneath the surface. This talks about when we plant a seed and we might not realize that there's so much more going on under there than we realize, or you know, the seed has more in it than we realize. It's the lower world, it's the things that we don't see yet that are about to sprout up from the top. And it's also really interesting because I've been having these dreams lately that there's this crazy thing that exists, and I'm like digging in the ground and I find like a bunch of gems, for example, that have been there like the whole time. And this card is reminding me of that. So it's almost like there's hidden treasure buried beneath the surface right now for you, group 3. And the more that you begin to grow these seeds, the more that whatever's been hiding underneath the surface is going to emerge for you. So this is like hidden talents emerging for you. This is hidden desires and passions emerging for you. And as you begin to cut away the old stuff that's been hindering you and holding you back, it's almost like the same as like getting rid of the surface topsoil of the dirt that's been covering this whole hidden world that you've had this whole time. It's been repressing it. So it's time for you to cut away old habits, patterns, and routines that have been repressing your actual hidden abilities that have been underneath the surface this whole time. It's literally like exfoliating yourself and letting the beautiful skin that's been hiding underneath finally come to the surface and shine. And it's so beautiful. It's like there's been so much lying dormant within you that's just kind of unrealized. It's been laying there unrealized because we've had so much other gunk on the surface that we need to just wash away, get rid of, cut away the old habits, routines, rituals, old mindsets that are holding you back, all that jazz. And it is going to begin to reveal your inner creativity, hidden gifts that you have, okay? Hidden pathways to your goal that you didn't even know were there, hidden potentials that you have, other hidden ideas that are going to, again, stem off of your original idea, that are going to bring you to bigger and broader places. What else do we have? Ooh, we have broken open. So what am I talking about? Getting beneath the surface here. So yes, you guys are like breaking open whatever's been on the surface that's, again, holding you back, getting rid of the clutter, getting rid of the old habits and routines. And then because of that, whatever's been lying dormant beneath is going to be able to break open and shine through. This is also breaking through the surface. So when you plant a seed and then it breaks through the topsoil, it's going to reveal all of the hidden stuff underneath. It is going to allow us to access our fullest potential. So you're unlocking that very soon, is unlocking your fullest potential by, again, getting rid of the old and dedicating to these new habits, dedicating to this new lifestyle. We also have the card here of a powerful move. So you have the power right now, group 3, to make some huge, massive shifts in your life. Massive shifts. How are you going to decide to play this out? If this is like a game, this is like almost like a chess game, right? It's a chess piece. What's your power move right now? What is your best move? You know it deep down inside, group 3. You know it deep down inside. What is your best move right now? Are you going to stick to this brand new, healthy routine and goals that help you get to your goals? Are you going to stick to them? Or are we going to allow our past hindrances to stand in the way? We got to knock some stuff off the board so we can make room and make way for our new path. Baby. We also have the card here of Beyond the Ordinary. So yes, you guys have like, okay, so group 3, this is really magical. You guys have potentials beneath the surface that are very unique to you, that can offer very unique things to this planet. What are you waiting for? It's time. Spirit is like, yo, it is time to awaken these. And I am completely in agreement with Spirit here that it is time for you to awaken these. It is time for you to get rid of whatever's lying dormant on the surface that you just need to brush away so that you can awaken this inner world that you have. These beyond the ordinary gifts and talents that you have that make you unique and original, that the world wants to see, and your soul honestly wants to express them. Soul journey, your soul wants to express them. What was I talking about? Expression and then soul journey. I talked about even expression in this card, and then we had the expression card here. It is time to express your uniqueness and uncover that, realize it. The last 2 cards that we have here is the end of a tough cycle approaches, full moon in Capricorn. Full moon in Capricorn. So Capricorn is also all about getting to the top of the mountain, getting towards your goal. And yes, the climb is sometimes difficult, but that's ending for you. It's going to be easy from here on out as long as you stick to this new inspiration that you've been getting, this new calling that you've been getting, because I feel like your soul has been calling you to make particular changes to your routine, schedule, and habits. And as long as you can stick to that and cut away the old, this is going to be the end of a tougher cycle. We also have balance, spirituality, and practicality, full moon in Pisces. What is your dream life, Pisces? What do you dream about most? What do you desire most? Because you can create that. You can create that fantasy life, but we need the balance of the real material world and taking real action, and also spiritual action. It's not just about realizing, oh, that's what I need to do, and then kind of sitting back and waiting for it to happen. Realize what you need to do, and then also take physical action towards doing that to show that you are dedicated to it. So that is what we have going on over here for you guys. Group number 3. I hope you all enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you want to see more videos like this in the future. And if so, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. All right. So group number 4, if you chose this pile, this group, then this is going to be your reading. So without further ado, let's hop right into it. All right, so group number 4, here's what we have for you guys. We have the King of Cups, the King of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Page of Swords over here. So let's talk about what all of this means. So one thing I'm picking up on, just because of this Page of Swords, this is when we have some minor thoughts coming in our mind that maybe we're having certain fears come up, or we're worried about what other people are going to say about us doing something. Because I'm really getting the feeling from this reading that you guys desire to do something. There's something that seems so fulfilling to you, or you're trying to seek your fulfillment right now. But there could be some worry that other people don't fully agree with it, or other people are going to have some opinions or things to say, or it could even be your own mind sometimes doubting yourself, or sometimes talking down to yourself about, oh, well, you know, I'm not worthy of that, or I have these insecurities that are popping up, or, you know, can I actually do it? Am I actually good enough? What are they going to think of me? And, you know, worrying about all sorts of things in your own mind that don't really exist yet in the physical, because usually when it's the Page of Swords, usually it's not like physical quite yet. Usually it's still just like in your mind, or there's been a couple comments here and there about your fulfillment and your happiness that are kind of bothering you, that are making you think about like, oh, should I not make this choice? Is it gonna sway my feelings? Like, it's basically having, you know, the angel and devil on your shoulder, right? It's like, you really want to do it. You're feeling like internal, like, encouragement sometimes, maybe external encouragement sometimes, and you're like, oh yeah, there's all these good reasons. But then there's also like the dark side that's like, well, what are they going to think of you if you do this? And like, what about this? And what if I fail? And what if I'm not good enough? And what if this? What if that? You know? It's like you kind of have this teeter-totter going on, and I feel like there's some fears, again, around your fulfillment. But there's this desire that you have to go towards your fulfillment, and I feel like a lot of you guys watching this reading already know what would be fulfilling to you. At least you have like a slight idea of the direction that you want to go in. But there's this fear of like change of direction. But what Spirit really wants you guys to know right now is this King of Cups and King of Pentacles. This is like the advice that Spirit has for you right now. And this is about being unwavering in what you desire. And kind of coming to a place where you embody the King energy. Okay, so instead of the Page, which is all about like, you know, especially the Page of Swords, she's all about kind of like, let's gossip, let's think about this, think about that, let's think about all the different things. And like, what if that doesn't turn out? This, that. She's a little bit like a double-edged sword, because even though like she's upright and things like that, the upright Page is still like, you know, a slightly good card, but somehow the pages, they're still a sword, right? And so sometimes our mind can get the better of us, or sometimes certain comments from other people can get the better of us, even though it might come from a good place, but sometimes it can kind of like make us overthink or over worry. All of the sword cards usually have usually are a little bit prone to like worry and stuff, other than when you get, some of the cards aren't. Some of the cards are like super, super good, but this one can be a little bit overthinking, a little bit gossipy, a little bit like worrying about those types of things, right? But when we get to the King, especially the King of Cups and King of Pentacles, this is about being so solid in what you desire emotionally and making such a solid foundation for it, such a solid commitment to your happiness, that you will not be swayed in another direction. Just focus on your fulfillment. And I don't mean doing that in an egotistical way. I mean doing it in an emotionally mature way where you're like, I am doing this because it makes me happy. I'm not doing it for anybody else. I'm doing it because this is what I want for my life. You shouldn't let comments of other people or worries about what other people might think or say stop you from your happiness, because you're just letting them put you in a box. You're letting them take your power away. So one thing that the universe or Spirit is asking you to do is come from a place of love. This isn't coming from an immature gossipy place or an immature sort of like, you know, worrying place. This is about filling up your own cup and doing so with love and strength and commitment to the thing that makes you feel so happy. Because the Ten of Cups here is saying that there is something on the horizon for you. There's something that's like dawning in your life right now that has the potential to make you so happy. And this could just be like an idea that you guys have right now. This could be maybe a relationship that you guys are in for some of you, and maybe we're worried about what other people are going to think or say. This could be like a career path that we're desiring to go down, a different life path we're deciding to go down, whatever. There's a life path that you are dawning on. It's like the opportunity is just like slowly, you know, coming in. And it's time for us to fully commit to that fulfillment. Because I think deep down inside you feel like this fulfillment exists within this thing, within this idea, within this person or whatever. You're seeing the fulfillment there. And these feelings are strong. And Spirit wants you to focus on those feelings, because the reason why those feelings are so strong is because this is resonating with your soul, right? So don't let this stop you. This is so minor. The page energy is so minor compared to the Ten of Cups and the King of Pentacles and the King of Cups. Like, this energy is so minor. It's almost just like slightly annoying. It's kind of like we just need to flick that little devil off of our shoulder and not pay attention to what other people are saying, what other people are thinking, our own fears and insecurities. We need to let all of those go so that it's not swaying us into a place where we don't want to go. It's not shifting us off of our path that we're like loving so much. So what is this path that you really want to chase, group 4? What is this path that has you so intrigued and so excited? Don't let this drag you down. Don't let this stop you. Don't let this switch your energy of how you feel about this. Focus on what makes you happy. You're not born on this planet to please other people. Nobody is born on this planet to please other people. We're born on this planet to chase after our dreams and goals and make them happen, and find what makes us happy and find the things that resonate with that happiness so that we can grow that happiness and grow it exponentially together. But we can't let these things get in our way. You're not born to let these things stop you. Okay? You're not given these desires to let this stop you. This is just a little thing standing in your way. So it's like Spirit's right now asking you, how bad do you want this thing? How bad do you want your happiness? How bad do you want your fulfillment? How much do you desire this? Because this is ultimate happiness right here. Ten of Cups, like that's like friggin' ultimate happiness right there. How bad do you want your happy ending? How bad do you want that perfect, like, fulfillment? Because the Ten of Cups is the completion of like, I've filled every single cup of my life. I've filled myself in every aspect of my life. So whatever this desire is, maybe the desire is just, you know, to chase after your ultimate fulfillment, which is great. Spirit's like, yes, do that. But you can't let this stuff get in the way. This stuff is holding you back right now. This stuff is stopping you from completely immersing yourself in your dream life. How long are you going to let that stop this? Look at this, like, she's like overthinking. She's like on guard. There's an interesting energy in this card. And it doesn't look like fulfillment to me. But then when I look over here, this looks like fulfillment. But the Wheel of Fortune keeps spinning, right? if we let this continue to spin the wheel, because like look at how the different energies spin this wheel, right? Are we going to let sorry, let me focus on this card. There we go. Are we going to let the negative, the Page of Swords, spin this wheel downwards? Or are we going to let our desires and our dreams help us spin this wheel upward to the top? Which way are we going to let it sway? Because the wheel is constantly turning. It's constantly turning. Which way is it going to be turning? Okay? It's all up to you, what you let influence you. So this is time to kind of like stand up for yourself and be really strong and committed and unwavering about your decisions and your choices to go and chase after your happiness. Maybe there's like someone in particular that you're worried about what their thoughts and opinions are going to be. Maybe it's just people in general who are worried about what they're going to say. Could be people from your past even. It could be your own self that's holding you back. It could be your family, whatever the case may be. Something is causing you to halt. Something is causing you to spin the wheel in the direction of insecurity, worry, and fear. This is, again, I'm going to repeat it, guys, and I know I'm repeating myself, but this is so minor. The page is so minor. Do you think that if this king stood up to this page, who would win in this, you know, a conflict, I guess? Obviously, either of these kings are so much more strong in their energy and physicality than the page. So this is time to step up. This is time to be so confident and committed to yourself and your desires that we're not letting these small little nuances, these small little insecurities and fears hold us back from our ultimate fulfillment. Okay, so with that being said, the next two cards, we have protection. So protect your energy and protect your dreams. Don't let people walk all over them. Don't let your mind walk all over them either. Don't let fears, like this is time to really protect your vision and your dreams. Okay, this is time to, build up strength. Protect your own heart. Set proper boundaries, because we also have 26, which equals an 8 in numerology, and 8 is ruled by the energy of Saturn. Saturn is all about boundaries. So maybe we need to set up certain boundaries with certain people in our life to be like, hey, I don't care about your opinion. I'm doing this because I want it. So don't even give me your opinion. I don't care for it. Just because you wouldn't do it, like, you don't have to do it. I'm going to do it. You know what I mean? So yeah, setting up proper boundaries. Maybe even setting up proper boundaries in your own mind by telling yourself that anytime I think of a negative thought, I'm going to reinforce it with a positive one. Every time I notice I'm thinking of something negative, I'm going to reinforce it with what I do want instead. Okay? Then we also have transformation. So transforming your mind and possibly even like standing up so strong to where the opinions of other people just naturally transform because you're so strong and sure that people are naturally sort of like, they see that, they're influenced by that, right? And it transforms how they feel. So that's also a possibility. This is also transforming, it's deep transformation in yourself by stepping into your power. Group 4, step into your power. It's also interesting that you guys chose smoky quartz, because smoky quartz is all about clearing old energy, clearing negative energy. And right now it looks like you guys need to clear some negative energy in your life or step up to some negative energy in your life. This could even be, you know, again, in your own mind or through other people or whatever. But still, it's like, it's time to clear all that away. It's time to transform that and transmute it by being so strong and unwavering in what it is that you desire, that you transform the negative, and then, you know, the wheel continues turning in the direction you desire it to go. So the next two cards, we have the Star Mother, Love. So some of you guys, this could deal with your mom. Some of you, not all of you, but just something I'm noticing. Love. So the Universal Mother loves and supports me totally. So for one, Spirit, the energy of the universe, wants you to go in the direction of your happiness. And this is also, again, maybe transforming somebody's opinions to support this. And we transform it through love. Through showing, you know, maybe how much we love the future that we're creating. That could be one aspect of this. This is also nurturing your dreams, nurturing yourself, giving encouragement to yourself. Then we also have the Inner Temple, Life Lessons. Makes so much sense. I go within my shadow for deep spiritual growth. So your inner temple, there is maybe some muck that we need to clear out. The word muck is so funny. Some muck that we need to clear out in our energy field that's maybe causing us to, you know, like, for example, our mind, our thoughts. Maybe our thoughts have been a little bit murky lately, where we've been having insecurities coming up, and all that stuff. So this is the life lessons of letting the strength, your love for your dream life outweigh your insecurities around it. Okay, let's see. Next two cards. What do we have here? So we have the Council, and we have the card of Completion. Ooh. So the Council, this is kind of like sitting down with yourself. We also have Master number 11 on here. I'll talk about that in a second. But the Council, so maybe it's time to like really sit down with yourself, or sit down with, if this is like an actual person directly in your life, maybe it's time to sit down with them and be like, hey, this is what I'm going to do with my life. And, you know, become the king of your own life. Become literally the king of your own life. And stop the opposition. If this is more internal, or if it's an insecurity about the external rather than a direct influence from the external, if it's like something more within you, then it's time to heal yourself. It's time to have a little counsel with yourself by going within and listening to your mind, and then also being like, well, regardless of my fears, regardless of my insecurities, my desire outweighs all of that. And so I don't care what I have to face. I'm doing it anyway. Council. So also the Master number 11, this is about a doorway opening. So by you dedicating and committing to your vision, regardless of anything else, by you doing that, you're actually opening up a brand new doorway that's going to lead to more than what you currently realize. Okay? And then we also have the card here of Completion. So this is the snake that's like, it's like the infinity almost. Circles really sticking out to me. Circles talk about infinity because they will keep going round and round and round. So this is about, what do you want to commit to for the rest of your life, for one. Completion is also about completing a cycle. So completing the old cycle where maybe we you know, let this control us, but now we're completing that cycle and moving towards this. This is also reminding me of the Wheel of Fortune, because it's, again, a wheel, a circle, a ring. So rings talk about commitment. Are you going to commit to yourself and your desires? This is also talking about, like, the entirety of life. So when you chase after your dreams and desires, it also comes with, it's full circle, right? So we can never have, you know, this without that. We can never, you know, life is about the full circle. So there's always going to be a north, east, south, and west. There's always going to be the good, the bad, the struggle, the challenge, the happiness, the fulfillment. It comes with all of that. Any goal or desire that you ever have comes with the full encompassing everything that it does. But are you going to commit to your dreams and desires regardless? Are you going to take it for all that it is? What do you desire in your life? And we get through, when we're like really dedicated to a vision that we have, we're willing to take on everything that it comes with. So are you going to persevere through it? Or are you going to create a new vision? What is it that you truly, truly want for, excuse me, your life? Drinking a bunch of tea this morning. So, yeah. So with that being said, ooh, look at these cards. We have Wish Upon a Star. Anytime that this card comes up, this is the universe basically telling you that make any wish that you desire. This is a card, it's like, what do you wish for? Make it known, make it clear. What do you want? She's connecting to her heart. Ask your heart, what do you want? What's going to bring you the most fulfillment, okay? And so even pause the video right now, group 4, and think about what it is that you want and say it out loud. Write it down, whatever it is that you want to do. Make an actual wish right now. This is like the universe giving you your candle on your cake right now. Oh, look, there's a candle right there that you guys can like wish and then like, you know, blow out. You know how you do like that thing on your birthday? Maybe not all of you do that, but definitely here in like North America, we do that. I'm not sure about a lot of other places. I think Europe does that too, but yeah. This is time to make your wish, to say the least, at least. So what I'm saying, make a wish right now, okay? Group 4. Need more chai tea, so good. So yeah, make a wish, because this is about you making a wish right now. In fact, I'm gonna put this card right in the center, because that card deserves to be in the center, let's be honest. We also have Awakening Genius. So right now you are awakening in yourself this strength. And you're also awakening in yourself your true potential and your true power without letting insecurity knock you down. All of us are confident underneath our worries. Once we eradicate our worries, our fears, which we can never get rid of fully, but we can get rid of them quite a bit. Once you start to uncover and sweep those things away that don't serve you, that hold you down, all of a sudden, all the light within you can shine instead of being repressed by insecurity or worry or fear. So you're awakening in you your truest potential by focusing on what it is that you want and not letting things push you down. You're awakening within you the ability to experience more than what you can currently imagine. We also have Roots of Abundance. Roots talk about, again, commitment. Where are you going to grow? What is your foundation? Wherever you plant yourself, that is where you're going to grow. And you can be very abundant depending on where you decide to plant yourself. Are you going to plant yourself in fear and restriction? It's not going to allow you to grow very much. Or are you going to plant yourself in an area that freaking makes you feel like you're thriving and completely fulfilled? Because that is where you are going to be the most abundant. Don't let other thoughts, fears, worries, or people push you into restriction, because you will not find abundance there. It is not where abundance is found. So what are you going to do? Where are you going to go? What direction? All right, so with that being said, our last two cards that we have for you guys, we have full moon in Leo. Don't let pride get in your way. Don't worry about your ego being hurt. We have to take risks sometimes. So if you're worried about failing, or you're worried about like, what if they were right? What if da 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 da? What if I fail? Who cares? At least you're trying. At least you're going towards your goal. So who cares? Who cares if they were actually right? Also, they never have to be actually right, as long as you keep dedicating and committing to your dream. This will never come to, like, your failing will never come to fulfillment. There won't be fulfillment of failure. There'll just be continuation of filling up your cups. Okay? Full moon in Leo is also about bringing about your confidence. Bring up your confidence. The energy is gaining momentum, waxing moon. So your dreams they're on the horizon. They're in the creation process, group 4. Your dreams are like right there in the creation process, wanting to be actualized, wanting to be realized. So the waxing moon is like what comes right after we have a full moon, which is interesting. We have the full moon card. And then, right after we have a new moon. It's in the process of creating the full moon, sorry. This happens right after a new moon, and then it begins to grow into a full moon. So this card is also about success, because Leo is very much success. It's becoming the sun, becoming your full light. And the waxing moon is growing from this new moon, so this new beginning, this commitment to your vision, it's time to grow that until you reach your success. So that is what we have here for all y'all in group 4. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I hope it helped you out. That is the message that you have from Spirit. So again, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you guys want to see videos like this in the future. And if so, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. All right, so group number 5, if you chose this pile, this is going to be a reading, so I'll hop right into it. Okay, wow. Group 5, looking at this reading, I'm just getting like tons of intuitions right off the bat, but I want to point out it's very interesting that you guys chose amethyst, because it fits in with this reading a lot. And I'm going to tell you guys why after explaining the cards a little bit, because it'll make more sense. But essentially, over here we have the Justice card, 6 of Cups, Ace of Swords, 9 of Cups, the Emperor, and the Star. So, there is something in your past that is holding you back from your ultimate fulfillment. There is something that you are still attached to that I feel like you know deep down inside that you need to cut out of your life. This could be a habit, this could be a person, this could be, anything. But there's something that is holding you back that you're still attached to. And again, you know deep down inside it's time to cut it out. Amethyst, I'll explain this really quick. Amethyst is, for one, a very royal stone that has many times been worth more than diamonds in history. But amethyst is very good at breaking habits and breaking addictions. A lot of people use amethyst or carry amethyst around when they need to break old patterns, old addictions, old habits, and help themselves kind of like move forward. So that's one of the aspects of amethyst. So it's just very interesting that I for some reason put it on this pile before knowing the cards, and that you guys chose this pile. So yeah, Justice deals with you know, needing to balance out the scales again. Things are a little bit imbalanced right now. Maybe things in your life have been a little bit like all over the place, or maybe we've been confused. Maybe we've been trying to seek the truth of something. Maybe we've been trying to figure out what is the best option for me. I don't really know. We're trying to find balance in our lives, though. Whenever justice appears, it's because we're trying to find balance in our lives. We're trying to even the scores of something. We're trying to, you know, also set proper boundaries, for one, because justice also deals with setting proper boundaries, sticking to something, committing, because again, justice rules our legal system. So in the tarot, this also represents legal systems, which represents like contracts. So trying to make like a deal with yourself, or trying to like, you know, set again proper boundaries and put things in their place that are supposed to be in their place, and cut things out, making rules, right? So there's something in your past, again, that is holding you back, or that we haven't set proper boundaries with. But again, when the Ace of Swords comes up, this is the universe wanting to give you strength to cut ties to an old habit, an old pattern, a person, or all of the above. But there's things that you keep repeating from your past. There's things that you're still hanging on to that are keeping you stuck in the same patterns. And it is holding you back from your ultimate fulfillment, from getting something that you wish for. The Nine of Cups. There is something that you're wishing for. There's something that you're hoping for. But for some reason, you guys keep hanging on to the past. And the past is literally stopping you from this. It is holding you back in an area where it provides some fulfillment for you. So I think that's why you keep going back to it. And that's why you keep reattaching to it. Because it does offer like a little bit of fulfillment. But again, there's this internal realization that I feel like even you know, it's not giving you everything you want. There's more that you want. And you know that this is holding you back from it. You're aware of it deep down inside. I know you are. Your guides are asking you and giving you the strength right now, like, and telling you and giving you a message, giving you clarity, because maybe sometimes you feel confused, but this deals with clarity. This deals with mental clarity. This deals with, hey, this is a very strong message right now. Pay attention. You can have a new beginning, but in order to have a new beginning, in order to have your dream, your wish fulfilled, your wish granted, because Nine of Cups, even freaking Google it, Nine of Cups deals with getting a wish. The wish isn't on this side of the spectrum. It's not on this side of the reading. Your wish is on this side of the reading. And there's two other cards that we have yet to talk about that are also amazing cards here. But it all comes between this shift. And this shift is cutting out this toxic habit or this pattern, routine, person that's holding you back. On this side of the spectrum, once you really cut it away and you actually like cut this out of your life, this is where you're going to find fulfillment. This is where you're going to find your actual dream. This is when you're going to step into your power. The Emperor is like ultimate power. The Emperor is the commander of their own life. There is something that's holding you back and not allowing you to be the commander of your own life. We keep letting ourselves fall back into this pattern that's suppressing you. Here is where freedom is. Like, does this look suppressive over here? This does not look suppressive. This looks like freedom. This looks like fulfillment, power, and freedom. So the Star is also a great card, but it deals with, let me explain it in this way. So the Star is the card that comes right after the Tower, and the Tower is this like crumbling building So it's something crumbling from your past, okay? But the star comes right after. This is where we're stripped away of everything. And yes, we do feel maybe slightly empty. We maybe feel like we've been stripped away of everything that's familiar to us, which is, you know, usually a hard place to be. And that's why a lot of us fall back into past habits, routines, and attachments, because when we first cut things out of our life, we feel like we have nothing to grab onto anymore. We feel like nothing's familiar. We feel a bit naked because now we don't have this other stuff. So, you know, it can feel a bit lonely. It can feel like we're, you know, there's something missing. It can feel like all sorts of things. But the star is a beautiful card because it strips away all the things that were no longer serving you. And now you have a blank canvas. You have a blank slate to where you can create anything. And so a lot of people find it uncomfortable. A lot of people find the unknown uncomfortable because we don't know what's to come. But that's because we don't yet realize that we have the power to create whatever we want, especially when we're in the unknown. It's a beautiful place. It's where you get to do anything. So it's kind of like walking into an unfurnished house. There's no furniture yet. Yes, it's going to feel uncomfortable. A lot of us are like, oh, let's run back to the old place. But guess what? Your new place can have all the potential ever. So what are you going to decide, Group 5? Spirit is really asking you right now to think about, do you want fulfillment, being at the top, and freedom, and being able to create whatever you want? The star is also a divine card. That means you're being divinely led. So even when you feel lost or alone, when you first, you know, cut things out of your life, when you go through this process, you're actually being divinely guided. And the universe is going to look out for you. What do you want to create? In the original depiction, the star card is a naked woman that has one foot in the water and one foot out, which means the water represents kind of like the spirit world, and then the land represents the physical world. So the 1 foot in, 1 foot out resembles that you're going into the more untangible, more spirit world, and you're bridging that to the physical, which means you can take any idea in that moment. The star means you're at this pinnacle of, literally pinnacle of taking ideas and being able to make them into reality. The Emperor talks about physical reality. He is the master of manifestation and creation of physical reality. He is at the top of the mountain, the top of the, you know, he's on his throne. Do you want to be on your throne, or do you want to be succumbed and attached to something that's not giving you what you entirely desire? But we're attached to it because we might have fears of like, well, am I really going to get fulfillment, or was this the best thing that I could have ever had? No, it's not. It's clearly telling you this is the best thing that you could ever have, not this. Also, yes, it might be hard. And one of the ways of breaking habits, and I highly recommend for you guys who are listening to this pile to read Atomic Habits by James Clear, because he talks specifically about how to break habits. And you have to change the environment that you're in. That helps a lot of people, because when we're in a similar environment, of course, we're going to fall back into our old habits and routines, because environments act as cues for us to then crave all of our old patterns and addictions and habits and things and people. But if we can shift our environment, if we can shift the cue, if we can shift the people that we hang around, it will help us shift our previous old choices. So I highly recommend reading that book. I'm only like halfway through, so I bet there's like so much more to it. But that book is just an insanely powerful book when it comes to creating a new life and creating new habits and patterns and routines. So I highly recommend it. But yeah, so basically that's the message here. Let's get into the oracle cards now. So group 5, we have, ooh, passion. What are you the most passionate about, group 5? What brings out the most passion for you? Because there's things that might temporarily fill that passion and might temporarily make you feel good, but they're not offering everything, nor is it like a permanent fix. And you guys feel that deep down inside, which is why I feel like a lot of you think about, okay, I need to cut this out of my life. I need to cut this out of my life. But when are you actually going to do it? What makes you truly passionate? It's time to focus on that and go towards that. Okay, and then we also have inspiration. What makes you feel the most inspired? It's time to get inspired by something new. Maybe another reason why we have a hard time ending old habits and things is because maybe we don't have something inspiring to maybe focus on and chase after. So what do you find the most inspiring? It is time to focus on that. Time to focus on your passions and your inspirations and cut anything out that is holding you back from that. The next 2 cards, we have the little star, divine. Oh my God, we have the star card and like the star card in this oracle deck. My inner child is whole and complete. So there's something that maybe is triggering this old pattern from your childhood that's making you maybe feel like you're not worthy to move forward, maybe making you feel like this is the best it'll ever get, but it's not. It's not. So your inner child kind of needs healing here. Yeah. This is about knowing your worth. Knowing your worth and not settling. And not being scared to strip away the old. Not being scared to go into the unknown. Not being scared to, you know, do the hard part. We also have the oracle forecast. I'm the oracle. My intuitive insights flow freely. So this is opening up your intuition. Your gut has been telling you something for a long time, which is why you keep coming back to this question. Which is why you keep coming back to this thought, this idea that I need to cut this away. That's why you keep coming back here. It's because your intuition is strong. You are the creator of your own life. What are you going to create for your future? The next 2 cards, we have the Time Master. So if time is a worry for you in this particular scenario, there's no better time than now. Otherwise, we're just, again, letting time slip, letting time slip, letting time slip. So if you're going to do something, just do it now. Do it now. And also, this has the infinity right here. So this is talking about it's not too late. It is not. You can do anything at any time. You are not too old. You are not, you know, you haven't wasted too much time. There's no better time than now. Okay. I feel like there's another message in this card, but we're going to come back to it. We also have the Serpent. So this is almost like a Kundalini awakening is what I'm getting from this card. Having certain intuitions, certain awakenings. I feel like a lot of you guys are repressing your truest potential. A lot of you guys are repressing your truest potential here. You could rise higher than you realize. The Emperor and the Serpent, these both deal with rising higher. You could rise higher than what you currently see. And there is an old pattern, habit, and routine that is holding you back from reaching this height. When are you going to make this decision? When are you going to... When are you going to do it? That's the main message that's coming up here is when are you going to do it? This is also making me think of cycles. So there could be like a literal pattern, an actual cycle here. This is about breaking the cycle, breaking the wheel. I don't know if you guys have ever watched Game of Thrones, but like Daenerys, she has like this famous quote of like, I'm going to break the wheel. I don't want to play the wheel, I'm going to break the wheel. So it's time to break this old habit, pattern, routine, attachment, whatever this is. And this is time to, the serpent talks a little bit about enlightenment in a way. It's like a Kundalini awakening. It's when we awaken a big realization. It's when we get epiphanies, right? So I think that there's going to be a big epiphany coming your way soon. And it's really up to you, like, are you going to take this opportunity? What are you going to continue to chase after? What are you going to dedicate your life to? Are we going to swim down or are we going to swim up? Okay. The next 3 cards, let's see what we have. We have does this not fit in with you guys so well? Willing release. It's time to release it, but from your own will. You have to do it from your own will, not waiting for, like, I'm going to wait for a circumstance to come up that, I'm going to wait for the universe to just take it out of my life for me. I'm just going to wait until there's a sign. No. This is like, you have to do it because you want to do it. You have to do it because you want to. Because you know that this is just an old habit, pattern, routine, attachment. The things that are meant for you don't cause this much confusion. It is what it is. So, there's nothing more to it. It is what it is. I feel like this is a very self-explanatory message. It's like, there's nothing more that we need to do here. It all is what it is. This is when we come to acceptance. This is the acceptance card. It is what it is. Okay, we can't change the past. We can't change this thing. It is what it is. We have to accept that. It is what it is. It's not going to change. You're not going to change. It's not going to bring you here. This is standing between, you either cut away this and you go towards this, or you stay on this side of the spectrum, always wondering about your truest fulfillment. We also have spirit of gratitude. So we have to find something that we're grateful for on this side of the spectrum, because it can feel a little bit empty when we first go to this side of the spectrum. We have to find something that we look forward to here. We have to begin the process of creation, because if we don't fully step into this, and we're not fully stepping into the excitement, the process of creation, of course we're going to think about and desire to go back here, because if we have nothing here yet, of course this is going to look more enticing and better than this. But yet we're always going to keep having this pattern that's pulling us in this direction. It's because your soul is pulling you here. Your soul is pulling you to your fulfillment. But we keep not putting enough energy in this area to create something that we can hold on to create something that keeps us inspired to keep moving forward rather than backwards. We have to find something that we're grateful for. We have to find inspiration and passion in here. Otherwise, we're going to keep desiring to fall back into a place that we don't even truly like. Okay, so next 2 cards. We have, new moon in Libra. A new romantic cycle begins. Also, this is interesting. We got the scales, which is justice, the scales, which is, of course, a symbol of Libra. But sorry, I made like the funniest sigh just there, like this frustrated sigh. I didn't mean for that sigh to sound frustrated. Anyway, a new romantic cycle begins. I feel like if this does deal with a person that you're attached to, that you're having a hard time letting go of, that you know is not meant for you, this is a good sign for that. This can also mean, though, like if this doesn't deal with romance or a person or whatever, this is talking about something you're passionate about, because romance is also equal to passion. So a new passion is beginning, but you have to create a new passion over here. But don't fear, because there is new passion on this side of the spectrum. We don't have to continue going back over here. There is something better for us on the other side. There is something more in alignment for you on the other side. And then we also have the card here of full moon in Taurus. Your dreams, just like I was saying, oh my God, this card is so fitting. Your dreams need a practical plan. If we keep trying to go in this new direction, but there's no solidity to hang on to, there's nothing there for us, of course we're going to feel empty. Of course it's going to feel like the past was better. It's because we haven't created a future yet. You need a practical plan. You need to have something tangible for yourself on the other side of the spectrum to help you create a new life to where you won't fall back into the past that you do not even fully like anyway. All right, group 5. I know that was an intense message. If you made it to the end, my congratulations to you. So yeah, I don't want you guys to be scared of this reading. I hope it offered inspiration because again, the way that the universe and your guides mean it is to come as an inspiration for you, to go in this new direction. They're cheering you on to let go of your past. They're trying to give you the strength and clarity to let go of your past, which is why certain things keep happening that cause you to think about cutting away this old habit, pattern, attachment, whatever. They want you to move in a new direction, but we have to have something that we're looking forward to. We need a practical plan here. We need to make the future look more exciting than your past so that you never fall back into whatever that old pattern, habit, routine, attachment was. Okay? So I'm sending you guys all of my love. Group number 5. I hope you guys have amazing insights and that you create the best future possible, full of passion and inspiration and all that you deserve, because you deserve so much, group 5. So I'm sending you all my love. If you enjoyed this reading, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you want to see videos like this in the future. And if so, I'll see you in my next one. Bye.